guys, good morning and welcome. I'm so glad that you're with me today, all my Pilates peeps. My name is Elizabeth. I'm your instructor and you're in a Pilates inspired fitness class. And for props today, we will use dumbbells. So let's get this party started right now. Grabbing those dumbbells. Let's hold the dumbbells at our sides. Come onto the tippy toes. Lower one heel, tippy toes, lower the other heel, and continue. And let's begin to add in alternating biceps curls. All right, guys, with this simple move, I'd like to request of you to keep your workout with me today pain-free. It's super important to me that you guys feel better after class, not worse. So that means let me just enter another student. At any time, if I am cueing for you to do something which is causing your body pain, I honestly and truly do not want you to do it. I want you to do something different so you are not in pain. Also, if I'm cueing for something that is not safe for you, then please omit that and work in a safe range of motion. Again, that's super important to me. I want you guys to feel better after class, not worse. All right, so dumbbells in hand, you are breathing, coming into that Pilates prancing. And want to welcome Chris. Happy that you're here today. Always nice to see you. All right, for 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. And then guys, swing those arms from side to side. Notice how this move feels. We'll revisit this move a few times in class today, and I want you to begin to notice if it feels different. For 2 and 1, and come to center. All right, then let's pivot those palms so they're facing forward. Tucking the elbows into the waist. Let's bend the elbows. Place one foot back behind, tap the toes. Come to center and switch and continue. So we're just coming into a simple biceps curl, alternating kicks back. In just a moment, we'll add to this, but of course, you're always welcome to continue with this version if you wish. All right, if you want more, the next time you take a foot back, let's take a big step back and step forward, and a big step back and step forward, and continue. Notice how you're taking a big step back. That'll be important for the next add-on, which is, if you wish, when you take a big step back, you can bend both knees, come to center, and switch. Now, one of the reasons we're taking a big step back is because when you are back, go ahead and continue. I'm going to pause for a moment. But I want you to notice how this knee is behind those toes. That's super important because we want to protect the knee. And if that knee begins to come in front of the toes, that is not good for the knee. So, yeah, taking big steps back. What's going on with that midsection? Are those abdominal muscles engaged? Are you tucking that navel to the spine, recruiting those core muscles? What's going on with those elbows? Are you keeping them tucked into the waist? Yep, clearly there's a little bit of a balance challenge. I'm kind of wobbling all over, which is okay. That means that I am in a zone where I have an opportunity to improve. Woo! Breathing for 3 and 2 and 1, and come to center. Good job. Swing those arms from side to side for 3 and 2. And 1. Okay, then hands at the sides, feet are together. Open those arms to a T, kick one leg to the side, and switch, and continue. If this range of motion is painful for you, you are welcome to come into more of a V situation, or just come back into a biceps curl, keeping those dumbbells closer to your body. Breathing for 3 and 2, and the next time you have a foot out, pause. And then guys, let's lower those arms and then open to a T, lift that leg, tap and lift and tap. Again, coming into a little bit of a balance challenge, feeling the outer thighs and the inner thighs, and breathing for 4, 3, I feel like a shooting star, 2 and 1, come to center, kicking the other leg to the side. And you guessed it, let's begin to lift and continue. Again, we're just working, moving the arms out to a T, not venturing into a Y, because doing so is not great for the shoulders Ooh, feeling this for 3 and 2 and 1. Come to center. Both arms in tabletop, both arms in the goalpost. And then one knee in tabletop, reach those arms overhead and switch and continue. All right, guys, your body should be warmed up. We're going to come into a little cardio blast. So if you wish, you can continue with this movement. This is a non-bouncy movement, which will begin to lift your heart rate because we are moving the major muscle groups of the body, working with those arms overhead. But if there's any other move you'd like to do, you're welcome to do that as well. So a lot of times my students run off and do the stairs, or run off through the house, or you're welcome to do burpees, you can disco dance, anything that you'd like. Breathing, the goal here is to get that heart rate up, really waking up that body, feeling an increased sense of urgency to breathe, which I am feeling. Notice if your pores are beginning to open, perhaps you're feeling a tad glistening. I'm in Southern California today and recording to you actually from Rancho Mission Viejo at Cortown Pilates. And we've got a nice cloud cover today, but it's not that cold. So it feels a little moist and humid. All right, guys, breathing, shoulders down and back, loving the variations, hollowing out that belly, navel tucked to the spine, all that good stuff. And we'll go for another minute. Yeah, I'm loving seeing you guys running in and out of my screen. I'm just seeing little peeps of people here and there. Breathing. Looking so good. So as we're doing this cardio type exercise, feeling that increased sense of urgency to breathe, we're increasing our oxygen consumption. We're increasing the blood flowing through our body. Well, I mean, we have the same amount, but it's just flowing a little bit more quickly and more freely because our heart is pumping faster. And the heart is literally a muscle. So we are strengthening it by working it, which is cool. Love it. And also, we're staving off osteoporosis. As you guys probably know, our bones begin to deteriorate as we age. And so this type of an activity helps to stave that off. So that's cool. And 3 and 2 and 1, come to center. Okay, notice how you're feeling. You're probably feeling a little flushed, an increased sense of urgency to breathe. That's all awesome. Yep, and she's continuing. All right, reaching those arms back behind, kick one foot back and switch and continue. What I'm interested in here, guys, is a little bit of work for the back body. Also, I want a chest opening, so we are giving the chest an opportunity to jut forward as we reach those shoulders back behind us. We're also giving our heart rate a chance to slowly come back down and breathing. So with the chest jutting forward, the goal with that, guys, is to facilitate our better posture. As you guys know, we lean forward in daily life all the time, and frequently those shoulders round forward and that chest rounds forward. So we are working to undo that and breathing for 4 and 3, 2. The next time you have a leg back, pause. Arms are back, legs are back. Then, arms are back, one leg is back. Then take an inhale. As you exhale, let's lift that leg, lift those arms, and do it again. And continue squeezing that back booty cheek, trying to bring those arms together behind us, really feeling that heart opening, dropping those shoulders down and back for 4 and 3, 2. The next time everything is lifted, keep it lifted. Then let's begin to lean forward in space, come up and tap, and do it again. Woo, taking that static hold, feeling those arms quite a bit, feeling the balance challenge, feeling the legs. Yeah, so lots going on here for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1, and come back to center and place both feet long. Good. And swing those arms from side to side. Notice how one side of the body feels a little different than the other. Let's go ahead and fix that for 2 and 1 and come back to center. All right, guys, then let's take the other leg, kick it back behind, reaching those arms back behind, and we'll lift and lift and lift and continue. Again, finding that heart opening sensation. If this is becoming uncomfortable for your neck or your shoulders or your arms or anything, you can just get rid of the dumbbells and go through the range of motion. Breathing, hollowing out that belly, opening that chest, strengthening that back. Woo, for 4 and 3, 2, and the next time everything is lifted, keep it lifted. And then let's go ahead and lean forward and tap and do it again. Woo, and tap and again and continue. Woo, taking that balance challenge. You guys are super solid. I'm all over the place. Breathing. For 4 and 3. Notice if your ankle muscles are working and shaking a little bit. And 2, those are the stabilizing muscles. It's good to wake them up. And 1, and come back to center. Ooh, good job, guys. Well done. Let's take a step apart with those feet. Toes are externally rotated. Reach those arms in the goalpost. Navel tuck to the spine. Take an inhale as you exhale. Let's bend those knees. Reach those arms overhead. Drop the shoulders. Stand tall and do it again. And continue. All right, if this external rotation is not feeling good for your knees or your hips or anything else, just pivot those feet to parallel. Woo, breathing. For 4, we're going to add on. And 3, and you're welcome to continue with this version if you wish. And 2. All right, guys, the next time you're down, stay down. Then let's lower the elbows, lift those heels, lower the heels, arms overhead, and continue. And breathe. So try to make it so your head is not lifting or lowering in space. As you're going through this range of motion, are you hollowing out that belly? If not, do so. Woo. Breathing. You guys look awesome. I feel like a character, but I'm not sure what. If anyone has any ideas, let me know. For 4 and 3. Okay, 2. And the next time those heels are lifted, pause. Let's pivot those palms forward and then hug a big imaginary tree and open and do it again. And then let's lower and lower and continue. So this time our head is moving up and down in space, really blasting out those inner thighs, keeping those heels lifted. In fact, can you lift them higher? Woo! Taking more of a balanced challenge for 4 and 3, woo, 2 and 1. Lower those heels, lower those arms, and let's bring those feet together. Good job, guys. Okay, without further ado, let's come into another little cardio blast. So you can reach those arms overhead with a march. You can jog, you can dance, you can do whatever you want. You can do burpees, you can run the stairs, you can be creative, you can be silly. You get the idea. Yeah, so again, that goal is to get the heart rate up. Feel that blood pumping through your body. Feel that increased sense of urgency to breathe. Woo, yeah, which I'm feeling, so I'm hoping you are too. And breathe. Well, I always think that one time we should do like a follow the leader situation. That would be fun. That would be for my students who are on the screen with me today. And breathe, which I can't see any of them right now because they are off, perhaps running the stairs. Woo, yeah. Okay, so we're just coming up on 1 minute and we'll go for another minute. Just getting that heart rate up and breathing. Oh, a little dizzy and just playing. One thing I love about Joseph Pilates is he was really into playing. If you ever watch old videos of him, he looked like he was a guy who did not take himself too seriously. And I always find that so attractive in people. Whew. And breathing, loving it, running through my screen. All right, guys, and we're gonna go just for about another 30 seconds. Breathing, and there goes Linda running through my screen, loving it. All right, and just for about 10 more seconds. Woo. For 3, and 2, and 1, and come to center. And again, notice if you're feeling that increased sense of urgency to breathe, your pores opening up just a little bit. Okay, all right, guys, nice job. Let's take this down to the mat, keeping the dumbbells nearby. So coming down to a seated position, let's bend both knees, placing both feet flat. Take a step apart with those feet, and then just windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Feeling that really nice booty massage for 4, and 3, 2, and 1. And then let's lie back onto the elbows. So coming onto the elbows, bend your left knee, kick that right leg along. Remember that heart opening work that we've been doing? Let's recommit to that. So shoulders down and back. Notice if you're feeling the muscles up in this area, just in front of the shoulders, between the shoulders and the chest. Notice if you're feeling them stretching, that's a good thing. Try to find that. Then looking down on your leg, take an inhale as you exhale. Let's just hover that leg in space. Begin to wag that leg to the right and to the left, and do it again. Woo, and continue. Notice how you're feeling those inner thighs, those outer thighs. I want you to recruit those core muscles. See if you can feel your lower abdominal muscles and perhaps a little oblique muscle working as you're going through this range of motion. So even though it's just our leg moving through space, recruit that core area, and then also recruit that upper body area. That area is not moving, but make it stabilize you as you're moving through space. Whew. So turn this into as hard of an exercise or activity as possible for 4, and 3, and 2. All right, the next time that leg is at center, pause. Let's bend the knee in towards the chest, kick it long, and do it again, and continue. Let's watch the knee and the toes and try to keep them tracking right over each other, as opposed to, it's almost as if we're making that go in and out in a straight line for 4, and 3. Wow, feeling this quite a bit, and 2. And the next time the leg is long, pause, and then let's lower and lift, lower and lift. If you're losing that core connection, recommit to that. Oh, you can take a rest at any time, feeling this quite a bit. Woo, for 4, and 3, and 2. Looking good, guys. And 1. Lower that leg down. Nice job. Let's bend both knees. Windshield wiper those knees from side to side. For 2, and 1. Come back to center. This time we'll take that left leg, kick it out long, and it's hovering. And then let's begin to wag that leg from side to side. You can place your hands on your midsection and see if those muscles are recruited. And if not, see if you can begin to make them active underneath your fingertips such that you can feel those muscles moving as they work. And then recommitting to that really strong torso as we're going through this range of motion. Again, those muscles aren't moving, but make them active, supporting us in a really strong way, which is different than just kind of hanging out watching TV. So if you look at me right now, like this is super easy, I'm not going to feel anything. But with that control that I'm suggesting, suddenly this becomes rather difficult. That's on purpose for 4, and 3. Looking good. 2. And the next time that leg is in front of you, pause. Okay, then let's bend the knee in, kick it long, do it again, and continue. Begin to watch the knee and the toes, trying to make them track as in a straight line. Oh, beginning to feel this quite a bit. Ah, breathing. Ooh. All right, guys, looking so good for 4 and 3, 2. The next time the leg is out, long pause, and then lift and lower, lift and lower. By the way, this is a tiny range of motion, right? If it was a big range of motion, we'd be using gravity and momentum. But since it's a tiny range of motion, trying to resist gravity and not use momentum makes this exercise much more challenging. You're like, I know, I feel it, I do too, for 4. Woo, and 3, 2, and 1. Bend both knees, both feet flat. Windshield wiper those knees from side to side. By the way, guys, so what we just did is really terrific for sculpting those muscles in the upper thigh area, giving you that look like I work out for 2 and 1, and come back to center. Okay, let's take that right leg, kicking it long again. The difference this time is we're going to take the toes and the knees and pivot them to the right. Keeping that pivot to the right so those toes are out in an angle. Take an inhale as you exhale, hover that leg. And then let's begin to wag that leg from side to side. By the way, of course, if this angle is not feeling good for you, whether in the knee or the hip, just keep those feet upright, no big deal. If this does feel okay for you, notice how you're feeling slightly different muscles working, particularly that inner thigh area is working harder than it did in the previous version. Okay, what's going on with that core? Let's recruit those core muscles again and that upper body to stabilize us. And breathe for 4 and 3, 2. Okay, the next time that leg is straight out in front of you, pause. And then let's bend the knee. This time to maintain the integrity of that external rotation, the knee will come out to the side and do it again. And continue, hollowing out that belly, navel tucked to the spine. Oh, feeling this quite a bit. Imagine it's super hard to drag in the foot and you're pressing something super heavy away. And continue for 3 and 2. And the next time that leg is long, keep it long. Are those toes still externally rotated? And lift and lower. And continue. What's going on with that upper body? Are you hanging out watching TV? Or like a teenager watching TV? Or do you have those muscles recruited? Oh, feeling this quite a bit for 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Bend both knees. Yeah, both feet flat, and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. Noticing how one leg feels different than the other. We'll go ahead and fix that for 2. Woo, and 1. Okay, guys, you know what's next. Let's take that left leg, kick it out long, take those left toes and that left knee, pivot to the left. Finding that strong foundation, take an inhale as you exhale, hover that leg. Begin to wag that leg from side to side and breathe. Notice if your whole body is shifting, that makes the exercise super easy. And if it is, try to prevent that from happening. So we're really isolating just that leg moving through space. If you think about what's happening in the skeleton, it's just the head of the femur moving in the hip socket. Well, we're using our muscles to keep everything else still. And again, that's what turns this from a leg exercise into a full body exercise. Oh, are those toes still externally rotated for 2? And the next time that leg is out straight, pause, and then we'll bend that knee to the side, kick it long, bend the knee to the side, kick it long, and continue. Maintaining that external rotation, looking down over those legs, guys, you might see some leg muscles that you have worked very hard for. And breathe, loving it. What's going on with that core and that midsection and the shoulders? I was starting to lose it. Maybe you were as well. So taking that attention back for 3 and 2. Woo! And the next time that leg is out long, pause, and then lift and lower, lift and lower. And continue. Wow, really feeling this quite a bit. Woo. Again, noticing if your body is getting tired and you're starting to lose that form, trying to recommit to it. Ugh. For 5 and 4, looking good. 3 and 2 and 1. Good job. Both knees bent, both feet flat. Windshield wiper those knees from side to side. And notice how those legs feel more even now. For 2 and 1. And come to center. All right, guys, next, let's open those knees wide to the side, lacing the fingertips behind the head, and wag those knees from side to side. So I'm interested in a nice stretch here after all that work. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then lie your head down. Let's take that left ankle, cross it over the right knee, pressing the booty into the mat. Feel that really nice stretch on that left backside area and just enjoy that for 3. Woo, and 2 and 1 and pause and release. Okay, fingertips laced behind the head. Keeping the left elbow down, guys. Take an inhale as you exhale. Bring that right elbow towards the left knee and lower and do it again. And continue. Let's make the work just be with the upper body. That lower body is still. Okay, I said bring the elbow to the knee, but at the same time, I want you to pretend like those elbows are repelled by one another. In other words, keeping those elbows far apart as we're going through this range of motion will make the work originate from the midsection instead of elbows flapping through space. So for example, if I'm bending my elbow a lot, bringing it close, yeah, so that's a little easier, and we want to make this more challenging, isolating the work to where we want the work. And breathe for 4, feeling that midsection, feeling those obliques, and 3, and 2, and 1, lower down. Keep your lower body as it is, guys. Open those arms to a T, take a little step to the left with that right foot, and then take that left knee over to the right. So this is a really nice stretch. If you wish, you can take those right fingertips, place them on that left knee, gently guiding that knee downwards. And finally, you're welcome to look over those left fingertips if you wish, and just enjoy this twisty stretch. For 4 and 3, 2 and 1. Come back to center. And then let's uncross that left knee, cross the right ankle over the left knee, and then we'll press that booty into the mat. So that waist might lift up off of the mat as you're pressing the booty into the mat, thus facilitating a nice stretch on the back of that right thigh. And breathe. I'm still sweaty from that cardio. That's funny. And breathe. Yeah, it's definitely humid in SoCal today. For 2 and 1, and release that stretch. And then fingertips laced behind the head, keeping that right elbow down. Take an inhale as you exhale. Let's bring that left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, lower, and do it again. And continue. Again, pretending like those elbows are repelled from one another. So we're really getting the work into that midsection, and continue. By the way, if you are watching me for guidance, my range of motion is a little bit tiny today because my back is talking to me. So if your range of motion is greater than mine and you're keeping those elbows far apart, that's awesome. I want you to know that I listen to my advice of modifying as needed because I want everyone to feel better after class, even me. So breathe, hollowing out that belly. For 4 and 3, looking good, guys. 2 and 1, come back to center. Open those arms to a T. Take that left foot and bring it to the right just a few inches. And then we'll take this whole lower body configuration and drop it over to the left If you wish, you can reach up and gently apply pressure onto your right knee, guiding that knee down towards the ground. And then finally, you're welcome to look over those far fingertips if you wish, and just hang out here for a moment, enjoying that stretch, which feels really good. For 3, and 2, and 1. Coming back to center, guys. Both knees flat. Sorry, both knees bent, both feet flat. Then let's just, we'll do a little bit of neck rotation here. So look over to the right. You can open your arms to a T. Come to center, look to the left, come to center, and continue, and just begin to notice your range of motion, guys. Anytime we do neck work, we want to be very, very, very gentle. And I'm not asking you to increase your range of motion. I'm just asking you to notice your range of motion. So continue with that. Feel that heaviness of the head on the mat. Wow, such a simple move. This feels amazing. And breathe. For 3, and 2. And the next time your right ear is down, pause. Okay, now I do, before I say it, I want to again emphasize that less is more. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to feel this about a 2. Increase your range of motion, just super gently. Again, about a 2 on a feeling sensation from 1 to 10. 0 being nothing. So super, super gentle, just increasing that range of motion just a tiny amount. And hold, just taking that static hold for 3, 2, 1, and then slowly release, looking up towards the ceiling, and just give your body a chance to accommodate or settle into the stretch that we were just in. And then gently begin to look from side to side and notice if you feel looser on the right side, perhaps you feel a bit of a release. I know that I do. I feel like the brakes come on as I look over towards the left, whereas to the right, it's all loosey-goosey in a good way. All right, guys, for 3, and 2. And then next time your left ear is down, pause. And again, just notice that end range of motion. And notice it. And then in the most gentlest way possible, begin to increase it. So again, feeling it like a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10. So minimal, minimal. When we do neck work, less is more. Always want to be super gentle and just enjoy that gentle stretch. Lying still, static hold, not moving, breathing. For 4, and 3, 2. And then slowly release that, looking up towards the ceiling, allowing our body to settle into the stretch that we just gave it. And then gently begin to look from side to side and notice if you feel a little bit looser going through this range of motion, perhaps a little more like those joints are lubricated, which is in effect what's moving right now. If you think about it, think about our skeleton. Breathing. For 4, and 3. It feels amazing. 2, and 1, and come to center. Okay, guys, keep that head down. And I want you to take the base of your skull. Actually, I'm going to cue this a little differently. Take your fingertips onto your head, like you're cradling your head, and just lift your skull and put it back down, but try to make a lower point of the skull in contact with the mat. So it's like you're trying to show off a double chin. So you're pulling the chin in towards the ground. So you might hear it in my voice. My vocal cords are a little bit squished, and I have a lower portion of my skull in contact with the mat. So go ahead and find that. And then just hang out here for a moment in this weird angle in the neck. And then, guys, gently, gently begin to press the lower portion of the skull into the mat and release, and do it again. Again, gentle, gentle breathing for 4 and 3, 2. It's like I feel like I'm trying to show off my double chin. And 1 and release. And then just lie here with that lower portion of the skull in contact with the mat and allow your body to settle into this. So what I'm after here, guys, and just hang out here for a moment. What I'm after here is when we're standing upright or sitting upright or tending to our lives or doing anything pretty much, our head frequently juts out in front of our neck. If you think about that forward posture on the computer, driving with our hands on the steering wheel, or anything else, that head begins to lean forward. So correct posture is when the ears are directly in line with the shoulders as opposed to in front of the shoulders. So what we're doing now, I don't necessarily want you to walk around like this, but we're training the head to come back in space. So when we're upright, it will be more likely that we're able to maintain that posture with the ears over the shoulders instead of our head jutting forward, which can cause neck pain. Because our head, I think it's 8 pounds. Is it 13? I can't remember. 8 or 13. Anyway, I think it's 8. It weighs a lot. So as that head juts forward, it is not good for the neck and it can cause neck pain. All right, guys, for 2 and 1, and then just gently nod your head from side to side, place the fingertips behind the head, elbows wide, windshield wiper those knees from side to side. So I'm just giving our neck a chance to reset after all of that work. And notice if your neck feels a little bit different. Mine feels a little bit looser, even not in motion. It just feels less restricted. I was just curious. I'm not even moving it, but it just feels looser. All right, for 2 and 1. We're going to move on now, but hopefully you are feeling a little bit more comfortable in that neck area. Okay, for this next sequence, we are going to keep the head down, knees bent, feet flat, head down, arms at the side. Take an inhale as you exhale, lift those hips. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift, and continue. Breathing, squeezing that backside as we lift those hips for 3 and 2. And the next time those hips are lifted, pause. All right, guys, let's open those knees and close, open and close, and continue. If this is at all uncomfortable for the hips or the knees, just omit it and breathe for 4 and 3 and 2. The next time those knees are together, pause and bring that booty all the way down. Take a step apart with those feet, windshield wiper those knees from side to side. For 3 and 2 and 1, come back to center. Bring the feet together and then keeping the head down, take an inhale, exhale, lift those hips and come on to the tippy toes. Maybe you'd like to walk those heels a little closer to the tush. It is not necessary, but it is an option. It'll give you an opportunity to lift those hips higher. Squeeze those booty cheeks a lot, keeping your head down. Begin to open those knees and close, open and close, and continue. We're moving a little bit quickly through space, but we're not using momentum. We're in charge at the starting and stopping point of each side of our range of motion, squeezing the knees together, pressing them apart, fluttering like butterfly wings, squeezing those booty cheeks, going for that perky booty area for 4 and 3. Again, this is a posture opening exercise. 2 and 1, pause, and then lower that booty all the way down. All right, guys, from here, let's hug the knees into the chest, gently rock from side to side. And then bring the nose towards the knees and the knees towards the nose. Take one leg, kick it long, pull the opposite knee towards you with an exhale, and switch, and continue. By the way, with those audible exhales, as you pull a knee towards you, you can be certain that you're recruiting those core muscles. That core goes all the way around the spine like a corset, and when we do that audible exhale, we're definitely recruiting that core area. And breathe. In fact, in a lot of Pilates exercises, that's included into the exercises are percussive exhales. So using that to help us for 3 and 2 And 1, come to center, lower that head, neck, and torso down, and windshield wiper those knees from side to side. For 3 and 2, this feels so good on the booty. And 1, and pause. Okay, guys, we're going to switch gears. So I want you to roll over onto your belly with the elbows underneath the shoulders. All right, from here, elbows under the shoulders, squeeze the booty cheeks, energetically pull those elbows towards your belly button, towards your hips rather. I want them under the shoulders. And notice how you can use that as leverage to create space between the vertebrae and your spine. So go ahead and find that. Navel is tucked to the spine. Your head is in line with your spine. You're breathing. So that means there are no wrinkles in the neck as you look down or up. So no wrinkles in the neck. And breathe and hold for 4 and 3, 2. All right, guys, let's maintain this. Then let's bend that right knee and lower and bend and lower and continue. Begin to hover that knee just slightly above the mat. Notice how you're really feeling that right booty cheek area. And that hamstring. I'm feeling it too. Breathing, hollowing out that belly. Whew. Kind of sneaks up on you. Maybe in the beginning it didn't feel like much, but I bet it's feeling like something now. Ooh, and we're getting that really nice mobility in that knee joint. We are still feeling length and space in the vertebrae of our spine as we're energetically drawing those elbows to the hips for 3 and 2 and 1, and release everything. Good. All right, so just take a moment here. Give me a little wiggle, whatever that looks like for you, for 2 and 1. And then let's re-engage our muscles. So we'll pull those elbows towards the hips again, navel tucked to the spine, finding that long straight line, including the neck and the skull in line with the spine. Squeezing the booty cheeks. And then let's begin to bend and straighten that left leg and continue. If it feels okay for you, hover that knee just a little bit. And at all, if there's any weird ticking that's not feeling good or anything else going on, just omit this and breathe. If this does feel okay, squeezing that left booty cheek area and that hamstring, notice how we're lengthening the front of the leg, feeling a nice stretch as we bend that knee. Well, we're strengthening the back of the leg. Breathing, again, sneaks up on you for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then, guys, I want you to take your right cheek, place it on the mat, looking to the left, palms at your sides, palms facing up. Open those heels with the toes together. And just take a moment here. And breathe and notice how as you relax into that cheek, you're getting some really nice rotation in that neck area. So enjoy that. And breathe for 4. Notice how your body feels after that flurry of activity. And 3, 2, and 1. Oh, this feels so good. I don't want to come out of this. I feel like I could lie here for a long time. But there's more things to do, and class is almost over. So let's come back to center, placing the hands under the shoulders, tucking the toes underneath us. Legs are straight, navel tucked to the spine. Take an inhale. As you exhale, let's press up into a plank position. All right, guys, in our plank position, I want you to gently tilt that pelvis towards you, puffing that waist up just a little bit, squeezing those booty cheeks, trying to make that long, straight line, again, from the heels to the back of the knees, to the tush, to the waist, to the shoulders, to the head. Breathing. By the way, of course, if the hand thing is not working for you, come down to the elbows. And just hold and breathe and really feel your muscles engaged as you're holding this plank position. Breathing If you're on your hands, pressing into the thumb and the forefinger will help to save the wrist, or you are welcome to come on to what we call gorilla fists. Did I mention your breathing? We'll go for about 15 more seconds. Breathing, feeling those muscles, maybe feeling some shaking. That is all good. And breathe, going for that really nice defined muscular body. And 2 and 1 and lower down. Good job, guys. Left cheek to the mat, looking to the right, palms facing up at our sides. Open those heels, toes together. And again, just feel that rotation in the neck. Allow that left cheek to sink more heavily into the mat. Maybe feeling a bit of a neck release here. And breathe. I don't know about you guys, but when it's overcast outside, I always feel so cozy. It reminds me of when I used to live in Northern California on the coast, up in Mendocino. And breathe for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1 and come back to center. Place those hands underneath the shoulders again. Squeeze those booty cheeks. Head is just hovering above the mat, looking down towards the mat. Take those legs and hover them just above the mat. Squeeze those booty cheeks and breathe. Just taking that static hold in the backside with those straight legs hovering and breathing. Woo. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower those legs down. Press yourself up onto all fours, guys. And then open those knees wide to the side with the feet together. Reach that booty back towards the heels, walking those hands forward. Coming into a really nice stretch. Separate those fingers a lot. And then gently place them on the mat. Notice how that feels with that nice stretch between the fingers. And breathe. I hope you guys feel amazing. We got a full body workout in. We got some balance earlier in the session. We got some cardio. We moved in every plane of motion. For 3 and 2 and 1, and then walk those hands back towards you, lifting your head, neck, and torso. Good job, guys. However you wish, let's come to a standing position. I feel like that class flew by. Do you guys? Yeah, me too. All right, let's swing those arms from side to side and notice if your body feels different, maybe looser. Notice how your neck feels. Maybe it feels better. For 2 and 1, and come back to center. Reach those arms overhead, drop those shoulders, curling those fingertips over, tuck the chin to the chest, roll down vertebrae by vertebrae. When you get down to the bottom, nod your head. Heck yes, I feel amazing. Shake your head. No. Notice if you feel looseness in your neck. For 2 and 1, and then softness in the knees. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, coming all the way up to the top with your Pilates hair. And then bring those shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down. One more time, up, back and down, and walk into your day and your week with your awesome posture. Thanks, you guys, for joining me. If you're watching me on YouTube, please like my station. You'll get notified of future videos, which I post about 3 times a week. Okay, see you next time, guys.